This video features my best coin grading results from PCGS. Hi collectors, thanks for watching. I'm the collector of coins, and that's right, as I said in the introduction, this video highlights best results of coins that I submitted to get graded at PCGS. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Well, what do we have here? We got a gold box from PCGS, and we have 9 coins that we're going to take a look at to see how well we did in the grading. These are coins that I've picked up either through coin roll hunting or through coin deals as a dealer. 1909 out of Denver. It is actually graded higher than I thought it would, but hey, I am really happy with the grade. This next one I found in a coin roll, and this one I'll be selling at one of the coin shows I attend. This is a 1939 Jefferson nickel in very fine 30 conditioned, and it's a double die reverse variety, doubled Monticello. This coin cost me a nickel plus the grading services fee, and it's worth $90. 08 cent. Reddish brown luster, in my opinion. PCGS disagreed. They're calling it brown. However, I thought this was MS63, and they're calling it MS64, which I'm very happy with. 1931 San Francisco. Semi-key date. A great coin for a Lincoln cent enthusiast. I just got back a bunch of coins that I sent out to get graded by PCGS. Let's take a look at this next one. And there you go. This was featured in a video. I was really worried this did not get the repunch mint mark designation. I will pull out the video where I found this in. Here's my nickel coin roll hunting mat, which you can get below. There's a link, but here you go. Repunch mint mark 1964D. I will do a cut to that video shortly so you can see what it looked like when we came across this. I thought this was better than MS62. I thought this was close to MS64. I don't see the impairments at all that would demote this to a 62. But let's take a look at the value of this. That is awesome. Roll 42 gives us a really nice looking 1964 out of Denver, which has a D over D. I don't know if you can see it easily. Let me point it out. You can see a divot here and a divot here, and then a shadow behind. Looks like a D stamped over a D. Look at the condition. It's spectacular. I think I'm going to need to send this one out to PCGS. Repunched mint mark, 1964. Safe bet it's an MS64. And at MS64, it's worth $775. Well, as you can see, I was right about it being a repunched mint mark. I was wrong about the D over D variety. This is a minor variety. And I was wrong with the grade. It's time for another unboxing of professionally graded coins. This box contains a number of coins that you just don't see every day. And here it is. Here's one of them. Sorry, let me get this out of the way. This, even though it looks like an Indian cent, it is a pattern coin. Let's talk a little bit about pattern coins. So a pattern coin is a prototype or a trial coin struck to test a new design. If you look carefully, this is minted in 1858. The Indian cent first official year of production was in 1859. Now, one of the reasons why they do this is to not only test the design, but to make sure that they understand what changes they need to make. For example, in this particular example, the reverse is different than what the coin ended up being in the first year of 1859, although it is similar to the design change that was made in 1860. Key characteristics of a pattern coin are things like they evaluate the different design elements and motifs and inscriptions and denominations to make sure everything turns out correctly. Sometimes they strike the coins in alternative metals to figure out how durable it is, how difficult it is to strike, is it cost effective before they commit to the full production. They also test different minting techniques to evaluate the things like how feasible it is and the quality of what's being produced. They are generally struck in very limited quantities, and they are primarily used internally by the mint, the designer, government authorities to make decisions around the future coinage. They are rare and sometimes very unique in design, and they are highly sought after by collectors. Now, a friend of mine picked up this example from another dealer, and this particular example, which is a Judd 212B, caught their eye because it had a slightly different design than the known Judds, which are the 212A, mainly the narrow bus line. I will show a picture of this and an Indian cent. We'll get a little close-up here. But this is a really great coin. Typically, these are struck as proof coins. This is proof 62. Just a terrific pickup, worth a couple $1,000s. What a great, unique coin, particularly if you're an Indian cent collector. This type of coin could be very sought after. It would be a great addition to anyone's collection. So my friend was hoping that this would get a proof 63. Pretty close, still a spectacular pattern coin. Look at how beautiful that is. Very unique piece. All right, well, let's take a look at the next one. And frankly, I'm blown away. This got an MS65. I thought for sure this was an MS64, mainly due to the impairments on the neck. I don't know if you see the small contact marks, but that's about it. And so this got an MS65 grade.
A few weeks ago, I made a video about the 6 coins I was going to send to PCGS to get graded. And they just came back from the express service and sent us out to get authenticated and graded. And look at that, it did get the designation. All right, confirmed as the 1918/7 Denver variety. This is actually quite a scarce variety. Got a slightly better grade than I thought. I was thinking it was closer to good. It got a very good. This coin has considerable value. I just got back coins that I sent out to get professionally graded. Quite a bit of disappointment, at least 3 out of 4. One was not a surprise. Now this is what we're talking about. All right, that's a great outcome. MS64 plus. Almost, not quite, but almost MS65, which would have been huge. Look at the luster on this coin. Now, I'm wondering if because this is so spectacular and they were looking at these at the same time, it may be made to question some of what looks like some toning on the other coins, in my opinion. But all right, so now out of 5 coins, we're 2 for 5 in terms of really good grades that we were hoping for. One was not a surprise. Maybe we should say 2 for 4, and we'll pull the 1909S Indian cent out of that thought equation. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. You know, I do have mixed feelings about certified coins. On the one hand, I really like them because they're protected. You can handle them. You can really look at them. You can study them a lot easier without having to worry about affecting the value. They get authenticated. They're a little easier to store. So those are all the upsides. The downsides are that, you know, particularly if you're not skilled at grading, and, you know, there's still some series that I am learning to grade better. Some I've gotten quite good at, others I still need work on. You could end up with some surprises, which is why it's so important that you study coins and understand the grades and understand how the coin grading companies, PCGS and the others, approach it to mitigate risk so that you don't overpay for a coin that has issues. Now, as a collector, I mean, I would be very happy to have this coin in my collection for sure. That's still a really nice example. And if I'm putting together a typeset, because I like the history, I like the designs, and, you know,
I'm trying to save money, not spend tons of money, and I like say want one of each type. Listen, I highly recommend going this route. We're just gonna put the lid back on, and thanks for watching. I hope that you found this informative and helpful. Check out my other videos as well. And please remember to subscribe. All right. Happy collecting.